to Weber State University. Duke Danson Curtis Marsh with more semi-football action for 2A football as the San Juan Broncos getting set and ready to take on the Summit Academy Bears. The winner of this football game will advance to the state championship matchup being held next week at Southern Utah University in Cedar City, and the opponent is going to be the South Summit Wildcats after they just knocked off South Sevier in the game just before this. You're tuned into this football game powered by Centricom Channel 10 and DeseretNews.com. The coin toss was won by Summit Academy. They elected to defer. San Juan decided to receive, and they will be receiving the football, as you can see on your screen, from the north end of the football field. San Juan, the designated home team, and they will be heading towards the south end. Colton Swap to kick it off for Summit Academy, and we are underway. It bounces at the 15-yard line, picked up on the bounce by San Juan, and a big hit to open things up. What a pop on special teams made by Summit Academy. Coming up and making that was Hunter Magnum.
Britton Bowering picked that ball up. It looked like nobody wanted to pick it up for a minute, but able to get the ball up to the 26 before he is just racked up there. Summit Academy, number 2 from the north. San Juan, number 1 from the south, the only undefeated team, Duke, in Class 2A this year, 10-0.
Peyton Palmer, the quarterback, coming out for San Juan. 1,916 yards through the air this season. A passing offense, 22 touchdowns, 12 INTs for Palmer, and he starts off in the shotgun formation for the Broncos. Sends a man in motion, takes a snap, play action pass, goes to the left side, high but caught, hit, and spinning away from a tackle and then getting swarmed. Receiving it was Britton Bowering for San Juan, but the defense for Summit Academy right there, that's going to be a minimal pickup of 1 or 2 on the short flat pass.
Boy, great coverage that time by Summit Academy. Tough catch. The ball a little behind, a little high. Gave closing time for Summit Academy.
The San Juan offense second in 2A in scoring, averaging 42 points per game. And going up against the scoring defense, second in Summit Academy in 2A. This time, it's going to be a fake handoff, keeping it as Palmer around the edge, across the 30, down to the 35, and ridden out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Good pickup by Palmer. Not only can he throw, but he's also the team's he also runs very, very well.
Oh, he's going to pick up 6 before Colton Bills runs him out of bounds on that San Juan sideline. First down, San Juan.
It's going to be spotted at the 36 with 11:16 to play here early on in this first quarter of playoff football. These two teams met last year in the playoffs. San Juan beat Summit Academy 40-20 last season. And Summit thinking a better team this year, hoping to pull off the win this time. It's a handoff to the tailback around the right side, squeaking through, carrying it is Trayson Jack, and Jack will pick up about 8 yards, taking a couple Bears along for the ride with him up to the 44-yard line. Second down coming.
Trayson did a good job, just a counter play for San Juan, but a pickup of 8.
Trayson Jack, the team leader, with 471 yards on the ground this season. Max Morley just behind him at 433. Empty backfield this time, however, for quarterback Peyton Palmer. A 5-receiver set. Man in motion is Grant Laws.
That's a false
Palmer
start.
to throw, and there you called it, Curtis. That will be whistled dead. It was supposed to be a quick out, but instead will be blown.
Kind of the inside receiver on that left side jumped a little bit early, but what was a 2nd and 1 is going to be a 2nd and 7. And San Juan, great tradition coming into the playoffs. Monty Lee, just a phenomenal coach, and his staff down there in Blanding, Utah. It's the only game in town in Blanding. They love their Broncos in San Juan.
Second down. Here's Palmer to throw. Airs it up down the sideline. Has a man out there, Jonathan Lewis, but overshot Lewis on the edge. And that's going to bring up third down now for the Broncos from their own 39-yard line. They'll have about 7 to go.
Pretty good coverage out that time, Summit Academy, step for step, bringing up a 3rd and 7.
Early on in the football game, with both teams knotted up at 0, we'll see what Monty Lee can draw up here for the San Juan Bronco offense. Second in the state only to South Summit, who won in the game early over South Sevier. Palmer in the shotgun. He'll throw again, looks to his right, comes back to his left, rolls out of the pocket on the run, sets his feet, stops, and through the hands of his intended receiver. That would have been for a first down, but it goes right through Max Morley's fingers and will drop incomplete.
Well, South Summit on the edge. Summit did a good job on the edge that time, making him commit. I really think he was going to try to run that ball to that first down, but when that was taken away, he had a tougher pass, and they're going to turn the ball over on downs.
Back to return the punt is Stephen Harp, I believe.
San Juan in their home jerseys. A lot of blue and a lot of yellow in helmets.
Harp back to return, fills it at the 26, loses the ball on the return, picks it up though, and then is hit as soon as he's able to get the football by San Juan. Coming in to make that was Grant Laws after Harp muffs the return, but the football stays with Summit Academy, and we'll see the first time for their offense, third in two-way football. And one of the best athletes in the state right now is Hagen Hines, quarterbacking this team. 1,081 yards through the air, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for Hines coming into this game. Also the team's leading rusher with 858 yards on the ground on 13 touchdowns to go along with it.
And if you haven't seen Hagen Hines, he is a specimen. 225-pound quarterback. He is just a big, strong kid.
Hines will hand off, though, on the first play, and that will go forward for a gain of about 5. 9:47 and counting on the clock right now. Second down coming for the Summit Academy Bears.
Trayson Jack on the tackle for the Broncos. 5-yard gain. You talk about a big quarterback. I tell you, it creates a lot of matchup difficulties because when he runs, I'll tell you, he is just a load. He's one of the biggest kids on the field tonight and playing the quarterback position.
Hines will be in the shotgun, 2 in the backfield with him, tight end to the right side. Hines, quarterback keeper, up the center, hit low, breaks a tackle, and Hines powering his way through the defense will be very close to a first down to the 36-yard line.
And that's just a read option that time. Hines keeps the ball. If he's not knocked out by Britton Bowering, he's going to still be running.
Just enough for the first down, and Summit Academy will move the chains. Clock is down to 9:07. First down up and coming for the Bears. The ball is spotted on their own 36-yard line, left side hash mark. This time you have 2 receivers split out wide to the right for Hines, 2 in the backfield with him. Here's the snap. Keeper again for Hines on the option. And Hines forward for a good gain on first down of about 6.
Boy, and tackled by Bronze Eldridge. And I'll tell you, you watch this junior 6'2", 215-pound linebacker for San Juan, and he's as good as anybody in 2A. This kid is really a really good player, but boy, it's tough to bring down Hines.
This game powered by Centricom Channel 10 and Deseret News. Perry's Power Guide with the Deseret News says Summit Academy is a 7-point underdog coming into this game, but picks Summit Academy to win. Hines will hand off left side, getting the first down and a few more on the carry. Is Nate, Joe, sorry on the pronunciation here, but I believe it's Dinos. He will get a first down and will move the chains for Summit Academy.
Right on about the T of Weber State as we're at Stewart Stadium.
Perry's Power Guide, by the way, from the Deseret News, picked correctly 75% last week in the playoffs, 80.4% so far on the year. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Handoff, right side, pick up a 3 or 4 on the carry. And that was Stephen Harp on the carry for Summit Academy.
Tripped up by Grant Laws. Summit Academy, a newer school, a charter school in the Bluffdale area, kind of out by the prison. Great year. This is really the first time they've had a senior class, really, as they started off with a younger class, but pretty mature Summit Academy football team and very well coached.
3rd-year program for him, and in the semifinals this afternoon. Second across the 50-yard line by that Bronco defense, but does pick up about 4.
Down to the 46-yard line. Stephen Harp running hard for Summit Academy.
The San Juan Broncos pride themselves in effort. and Monty Lee coach team is going to give 100% every single snap in the football game.
Well, for a team that only gave up 89 points on the season, scoring 417, it's a solid defensive team.
Third down situation for the Bears, looking at 3rd and 3. Hines in the shotgun, receiver wide to his right, sends a man in motion, pitch off, nope, a fake, and Hines will keep it. He'll have the first down and a little bit more across the 40-yard line. Move the sticks again, and the Summit Academy Bears are giving this good San Juan defense everything they can handle as the Bears march down the football field inside the 40.
Dequan Lopez on the stop, but not till Summit Academy picks up 6.
So you're looking now at a 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Ball spotted in between the 2 hash marks. Clock is ticked down 6-0 in a scoreless football game midway through the first period of play.
White uniforms for Summit Academy. Kind of tough to pick up those numbers here, isn't it?
You got the gray on the whites. And a
we're gonna have a
whistle we
timeout.
blown. Timeout taken by Summit Academy with 5:44 to play in the football game. Again, we welcome you all and into the stadium for the Weber State Wildcats here in Ogden. And Curtis, you couldn't ask for a better day to play football in early November. A lot of times you get these playoff football games with snow, and we had quite a bit of wind on Saturday last week for some of the games across the state. But today, sunshine, temperatures in the 60s, barely even a breeze, if anything, in Ogden right now. And you can't ask for anything better than that in November.
It's a playoff game. Everybody's in shorts. We saw the Weber State football team today getting ready to head off to play North Dakota. What a nice facility. Been very gracious to us here. And we got a football game here in the semifinals. The winner of this game to take on South Summit.
South Summit knocked off South Sevier in the semi previous to this, 45-0. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Hines sends Harp in motion. Hand off the opposite side, however, to Denos, and he will run forward for no gain, if it maybe a little bit. And it looks like they'll just spot him
Well, he tried
at
to
the
get
line of scrimmage.
Tried to get to his left, but that time Easton Lee tripped him up behind the line of scrimmage. He fell forward for a gain of maybe a half yard.
Clock is now ticked down to 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Still in the first period of football to play. And Summit Academy, rather, is looking at a 2nd and 10 from the 39.
Well, 7 minutes gone in this first quarter. No score, but ball control by the Summit Academy.
Hines to throw and overleads his intended target, Stephen Harp, coming out of the backfield. That's something you don't see a lot from Hagen Hines. Very accurate off the mark and to stop the clock at 4:57 and bring up a 3rd down situation.
Peyton Palmer on the coverage for the Broncos.
Hines completing 50% of his passes coming into the game this afternoon on 116 attempts. Also had some attempts from Sagan Fredrickson from the backup position. 4 receiver set for Hines. Shotgun, 3rd and 10. Hines throws behind his intended receiver, in and out of his hands, incomplete. The defense was there as well. Peyton Palmer came up and made that catch very difficult. And now if you're Summit Academy, you're looking at a 4th down and 10 situation, but you're in no man's land right here. Not really a punting area, not a field goal area as well. So maybe we'll just see him go for it on 4th down.
And Peyton Palmer almost came up with the interception as that ball deflected off, hit him in the hands and bounced down. And you could see him down there kind of saying, I want that ball back.
We'll see what Summit Academy can do here on 4th and 10. Hagen Hines in the shotgun. Play action, now handoff on the end around, trying to get the corner down to the 40 and stumbling forward, but short of the 1st down. And turning over on down, Stephen Harp, the ball carrier on the end around run, and it will be San Juan football after the defense stiffens for the Broncos and they force the ball back into the hands of their offense.
Jordan Blake came in and kind of tripped him up a little, unable to get the 1st down. You know, San Juan has some really good athletes, and anybody who's had an opportunity to go to San Juan and watch a football game, boy, the whole town comes out. And great tradition of winning football there. And that's what Summit Academy is trying to establish right here in their program.
You'll have quarterback Peyton Palmer this time line up under center, one in the backfield. The offense will reset the formation, send the receiver to the left. Stack trips to the right. Hand off to one of those coming up and around for San Juan, but not getting very much, was Max Morley. And Morley actually is going to lose about a yard on that carry.
Boy, they run that inside counter that time back to the left. And Summit Academy not fooled at all.
2nd and 12 now, up and coming after the carry. Ball spotted on the 31-yard line for San Juan on their own side of the football field. Palmer again will be under center. Same formation. This time Palmer will hand off to the tailback, picking up a good gain on 2nd down, but brought down just shy of the 37-yard line. Carrying the football was Trayson Jack for the Broncos.
Trayson Jack is just built. You know, he's only 5'10", close to 200 pounds. He's just a strong kid.
3rd and 5 for the Broncos on their own 38. The offense will come with Palmer under center. Jack remains the lone back in the backfield. Receiver wide to the right, trips left side. Play action, Palmer rolls, he's gonna run. He'll have open grass, stiff arms, 1st down. Move the chains for Palmer as he was able to get across the 45-yard line.
He picked up a great block by Bronze Eldridge on the corner, allowing him to turn and get the edge.
Spot him at the 46. This is where they will have the football after the good run from Palmer. Clock is now ticked down to 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Ball on the left side hash mark. Bunch trips to the right once again for Palmer. Play action, rolling right, stops, throw complete, and dropped across the 50-yard line.
Is that Bronze Eldridge over the middle? Caught that ball, it is. But a nice tackle that time is number 56, Ireland Forbes. 185 pounds, 6 foot senior, makes the stop for the Summit Academy.
San Juan inside Bear territory for the first time late in the first period with 2:50 to play. And looking at a 2nd down and 4 after that completion. This time it's an empty backfield for Palmer. He'll be under center, 3 receivers to his right, 3 to his left. A slot to his right comes in motion, pitch out to the slot, and squeezes through and has the 1st down. Max Morley able to find a block or 2 in front of him, splits the D and gets down to the 39, and a Bronco 1st down.
Great patient running that time by Morley. I thought he was going to be short, and he ends up picking up 6.5.
Ball spotted on the left side hash mark now. Patient running on the edge by Morley. Watching the replay. Just got behind his blocker. Sealing that on the edge.
Max also a basketball player for the San Juan Bronco team on the hardwoods.
Empty backfield once again for Palmer and some confusion.
We're going to have a timeout for San Juan.
Right now with 2:11 to play, still in the first period. San Juan sitting on the 39-yard line. Curtis, this was the area of the football field that Summit Academy was in before their drive stalled, and so now the Bear defense hoping the same thing can happen. It's kind of an interesting area of the football field. It's not really a spot where you are normally going to be kicking a field goal in high school, but if San Juan does get into that position, they have
well, it allows your offense to
Mitchell, field goal kicker.
Allows your offense to kind of take a deep breath. Now you know you can run 4 downs here. You're probably, you know, to get a 1st down, you're not going to punt the ball. You're not going to be able to kick the ball probably, unless you're trying to win a game winner at the end, you know.
After the timeout, we'll see Palmer. He'll be under center. Trayson Jack in the backfield. Man across the formation in motion. Handoff to Jack. And he will get back to the line of scrimmage and not a foot more. Upcoming is a 2nd down and 10 in a scoreless first period in this semifinal matchup. Once again, the winner advancing to the state championship game next week, taking on South Summit.
That game to be held at Southern Utah University.
Palmer lines up in the shotgun. Now will step up under center. Here comes Eldridge in motion. Pitch to Eldridge, trying to get that corner, and he can. He lowers his shoulder, but coming up to lay a pop on Eldridge was number 27 for Summit Academy. That's Dallas Whedon.
And Dallas did a good job because He's really no match right there physically for Eldridge. He's given up some pounds, but he went low, made a great tackle on Eldridge.
Clock has ticked down inside a minute 10. And now it's a 3rd and long for San Juan. They need to pick up 11 yards. Got to get inside the 30. Right now they're on the 40. Shotgun for Palmer. Trips to his right, looks to his right, comes back to his left. In trouble, Palmer goes down. Sacked by the Summit Bears. Coming up with the big play.
Number 72, Braden Lewis.
Elijah Johansson was in there as well. And a big play now. San Juan will be forced to punt to turn it back over to the Bears.
Well, big stop for Summit Academy. I thought San Juan had the momentum. You know, Summit Academy in that 3-4 able to put pressure on San Juan.
Punt is away. High, wobbly end over end kick. Will bounce, take a Summit bounce, and San Juan will fall on the football at the 35-yard line. So only a net punt of about 15 yards for San Juan, and decent field position to start this drive for the Summit Academy Bears. On their own 35-yard line, still 8 seconds to go. Time for one more play in the first period. So far, it's been a muscle match between the two. Offenses have both been able to pick up a couple first downs, but the defense has stiffened right at the right time.
And both teams trying to run the ball effectively. And Hines is such a strong, powerful back. I've seen him run empty house backfields with him where he just runs draws here and there, and it's just almost like daring you to bring him down.
Hines will send a man in motion, pitch out to the motion man, trying to get the corner, turning on the speed, has a block, gets the corner, and then is bumped and knocked out of bounds. Carrying the football was Stephen Harp around the right edge, and will be, say he stepped out of bounds after a gain of 6, so put him at the 46-yard line. Because he goes out, the clock also stops at 1 second. So time for one more play.
And Harp really quick around that edge. Got a pretty good block, pretty good angle by San Juan, but the block was better than the angle, and Harp picks up a good gain.
The Bears break the huddle. Here comes Hines. He'll have 2 receivers split wide left. Hines will again be in the shotgun. Takes the snap. A little miscommunication. Hines has to pull the football and just run with it, and he still gets the first down. It looked like he was trying to get the football off, but nobody was there to take it. At least no one was taking it, so he just tucked it and ran and picks up the first down and moves the chains.
Tackled by Grant Laws of San Juan. And that's going to be our quarter.
After one period, still both teams knotted up 0-0 at the beginning of the second. They'll swap sides of the football field, and Summit Academy will have the football, and this time we'll be driving down towards the south end of the football field at Stewart Stadium, home of the Weber State Wildcats, all part of the Big Sky Conference. And Curtis, it's such a fun and good opportunity for these high school kids to come up, especially from small town football in 2A. San Juan's coming down from Blanding, you mentioned, and don't get to spend a lot of time in stadiums like these and actually come up here and play a football game in this type of college setting is just a really neat opportunity.
Yeah, it's a game they'll remember forever. And you know, a lot of times during a long 10-game season, you have to try to motivate your kids, but no motivation in a game like this. They know what's at stake. The winner of this game gets their ticket punched to the title game.
Talked with South Severe's head coach Weston Zabriskie before their game earlier this morning, and I asked him, you know, it's an 11 o'clock kickoff time. That's quite a big difference from later. And he said the same thing. He said, if our kids aren't motivated to play in this game, regardless of what time it is, then we've got a problem. So
yeah, any time, any place for a semifinal game.
Here's the 1st and 10 now for Hines and the South Summit Academy Bears. A pitch out to the right side, caught across the 50-yard line. Nate Gordon on the reception. Will be a decent pickup of 5 yards on first down, and the Bears back inside San Juan territory.
Dequan Lopez, also a basketball player for the San Juan Broncos, in on the tackle. You know, Hines has a big, strong arm. He turned around, he threw that ball hard. But basically a running team. They want to run the football if they can here.
It's going to be 2nd down and 5 situation. Hines will remain in the shotgun. Ball across the 50 down to the 49 right side hash mark. Hines will run, quarterback keeper all the way, but the San Juan defense was there. But Hines is such a big body that he's going to put his shoulders down, fall forward, and still pick up a couple.
Well, you think you got him stopped, and it's a good tackle. But, you know, Max Morley comes in and says, I brought him down. But you look at the down marker over there, and it's a 3rd and 1.
They need to get down to the 44-yard line. San Juan shows blitz, they come, but Hines keeps it around the edge, and he might be stopped short.
He's short.
He tried to get the corner, dove for it. It's going to be very close. He needed the 39, and the marker from the official looks like it might be just short of that. We'll see if we get a measurement. The nose of the football is very, very close to that point.
Boy, great tackle by Britton Bowering as he came in there. Just great fundamentals there by Bowering.
4th down. Summit's going to line up and, of course, go for it here. They need just about a foot. Watch the quarterback sneak. Hines will take it off center, and we'll get the 1st down on 4th and short.
Pretty easy. That's just kind of mano on mano. Man-on-man football that we're going to say, you know what, we can't get a foot. We don't deserve it. We're going to go for it right here. And if you got a quarterback like Hines at 225, Duke, pretty easy call for the coaching staff at Summit Academy.
Didn't even think about it. They just lined up and punched it through. 10:47 to play, still in the 2nd period. And what is a defensive battle so far in a scoreless game. Both teams have stalled offensively right about this area of the football field. We'll see what the Bears can do with an empty backfield. Hines fakes the run, throws it down the field, has a man in the seam, and holding on and catching the football. Nope, he dropped it, incomplete. It was right there, beautiful pass. Nate Gordon had it, but he was popped by the free safety, dislodging the football out, and it's going to be incomplete.
When that ball was right at the 20-yard line, and he took a licking for it. You know, you're going to pay a toll. It's nice to come up with that football, but nice effort to try to make that catch.
Jordan Blake, the safety, is the one that came over and put the hit on Gordon to make that a difficult catch to make. So the clock is stopped at 10:24. 2nd and 10, up and coming now for the Bears. 2 in the backfield with Hines. Hines, quarterback read option, and San Juan defense.
Sniff that out. Max Morley coming from the backside, able to make the tackle for a loss.
That was a slow developing play in the backfield, but San Juan was well in there. And once again, the offense is going to be looking at a 3rd and long situation right around that 40-yard mark. They got it spotted on the 43-yard line. 3rd and 12 to go.
Morley said, I've seen that on film.
Yeah.
And I'm going to react to it. Maybe a passing situation right here for Hines.
Does come out with the 4-receiver set. Hines to throw. Steps up, under pressure, escapes it. Hit as he throws and brought down.
Boy, what a great tackle for San Juan again, coming from the backside as number 20.
Tyson Dace.
Is that who that is there on the tackle? But credit Hagen Hines. Even though it was a loss, I don't know how he held onto that football.
Yeah, it was actually Kavika Susu on the tackle.
Kavika Susu, a 5'8", 165-pound, only a sophomore. But Hines held onto that football on that blindside hit.
4th down, and once again, the offense is going to go for it. Now Hines steps back into a punt formation, and it looks like they'll just kick this one away on 4th and long, and they do. Hines puts his foot into it. It's going to take a bounce. It's right up in the air, about the 15. Get a good Summit Academy roll and a long field in front of the Broncos. So once again, the defense is going to hold in that area of the field. There is a flag, however, on the far end south Summit Academy sideline.
Without the flag, the ball's going to be marked at the 13.
See what the call is here on this one. It's going to be a sideline infraction against Summit Academy.
So it'll be, there's no penalty associated with that. The first one's just a warning. This is the worst field position to start this game for either team.
Still scoreless with 8:51 to play in the second. 0-0, 1st and 10 for San Juan. And once again, we have Peyton Palmer, this time under center. Palmer, play action, rolling, to his left. Has to stop, gets rid of the football, picked, and it's going back the other way. Summit Academy with the interception, and they have the football inside the 10-yard line. Wyatt Gorringe with the interception, and it's 1st and goal just like that for Summit Academy. Credit the defensive pressure being put on Palmer. He had to throw up a bad pass.
Well, that's a tough situation. You're rolling out to your left, right-handed quarterback, and just a poor decision that time. And it is 1st and goal for Summit Academy.
Perfect opportunity here for the Bears offensively. After the big defensive play, you have Hagen Hines once again in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers split wide to the left. A slot in tight in the backfield. Handoff. Left side goes to Denos, and he will get stacked up after a gain of 1. It'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the 7.
Tackle 32, that's Trayson Jack for San Juan. Little shorter trip for Summit Academy, just an hour trip for them. Probably a 7-hour trip for San Juan.
Yeah, at least.
It'd be closer for them to play literally, not figuratively, in Farmington, New Mexico than to come all the way to Ogden, Utah.
2nd down and goal for Summit Academy. Hines hands it off, and eating in the backfield is Nate Gordon. Gordon got a big old taste of San Juan Bronco, and it was the big man to come in and put on the hit. The defensive tackle.
Is that Easton Lee that made that tackle?
Right through. Yep, it was Easton Lee.
53, 225 pounds, and he came down to bear. What a great play, bringing up a 3rd and goal for Summit Academy.
And a long way to get there for the touchdown. After that stop for a loss, 3rd and goal from the 13. Hines, shotgun, he'll throw, under pressure, airs it up in the flat, incomplete. Once again, Hines has no time to throw the football, and a 4th down up and coming. And how about the defense for San Juan, stepping up big time, deep in the red zone.
And Max Morty put the pressure on Hagen Hines, had to throw the ball, good coverage downfield. And Summit Academy, they're gonna have to make an attempt to get on the board with a field goal here.
7:17 on the clock. Kicking for Summit Academy is going to be the junior Colton Swap. Holding is Wyatt Gorringe. Snap, hold, kick is on the way, and it is good. Just sneaked inside the right upright. Field goal is in from about 27 yards out. And Colton Swap has just put Summit Academy on the board with 7:11 to play before we get to halftime. 3-0 is your score. And we're seeing a defensive slugfest so far in this one, Curtis, in the first half, by a couple high-power offenses.
Really, and the touchdown was, the field goal was set up by the interception that took the ball down to about the 7, but then it kind of stalled a little bit. I think Coach Lee at San Juan has to think, 1st and goal at the 7, we give up 3, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no doubt.
These 2 teams combined 19-1 on this season.
Max Morley deep to return for San Juan. Britton Bowering back there with him as well. And we'll see Colton Swap on the ensuing kickoff for Summit Academy. Ball placed on the 40-yard line.
Kicking off, Colton Swap.
There's the whistle, and here comes the kick. High kick, right side. That's going to be fielded by Morley, 17-yard line, across the 20. Morley bumped and knocked out about the 25, maybe 26, depending on the spot. And it will be 1st and 10 right there for the San Juan Broncos.
We'll spot that ball at about the 26.
The return is up to the 26-yard line. 1st down.
7:06 to play before halftime.
It's kind of like a heavyweight fight.
It really is. And don't forget, these 2 offenses are used to scoring. San Juan, one of the highest scoring offenses in the state, averaging over 40 a game.
But last week, Millard held them to 6 points as they won a quarterfinal 6-5 game against Millard Eagles.
Palmer to throw, airs it up down the sideline. Beautiful pitch and catch on a big gainer out to Britton Bowering. Palmer to Bowering, and it's a Bronco first down.
Boy, and that was a fantastic throw. Pretty decent coverage over there by Summit Academy. But he got him open. That gives San Juan some breathing room. But in that quarterfinal game last week, Millard ahead 5-0. That sounds like a baseball score, but a safety and a field goal, and San Juan able to score late.
7 minutes still to go before half. Palmer rolling out, has a block in the open. He's got to tuck it and run and brought down. I don't think it will be a sack. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
Great pursuit that time by that was 56 on the tackle. Ireland Forbes, we've called his name tonight. Duke. Boy, I'm impressed with the lateral speed of Summit Academy. Able to close on that.
Second down and 10 situation with 6:30 on the clock. Ball on the 42-yard line. Palmer this time lines up under center with one in the backfield, 3 receivers right. Palmer will do the draw. Hand off to Jack, and Jack will get forward and about 4 on the carry. Delayed handoff right up the middle, but couldn't quite elude the linebacker. The defensive end came in to finish it off as well. Making the tackle for Summit Academy was Jake Karchner. 3rd down and 6 to go. Pitch left. Here's Trayston. Hurdles a man, but can't get around him, and then he falls forward and will be very close to the first down. We'll see what kind of spot they give him.
I think
this point,
just
it's going to be short.
It's going to be short about
a yard.
About a yard.
Needed the 48. He got the 49. So now what do you do if you're San Juan? I think you maybe line up and go for this. You need 1 yard.
I don't know.
Just past midfield.
Coach Lee's a little bit of a riverboat gambler. He he'll roll the dice. I'd kick the ball.
It's a 3-0 game, 5-13.
But
the defense has played phenomenal, however. So
yeah, but I don't.
Give your defense a chance.
I don't have multiple state championships under my belt like Monty Lee does either.
Well, he is going to go for it. He's going to line up with Palmer in the shotgun formation. Now he comes back up under center. A bunch trips left. Hard count. Palmer keeps it. Goes left. He's at the 50. Brought down short of the first down. He won't get there. Joe Denos able to bring him down, and it's a turnover on downs.
Boy, what a great tackle by Denos. I'll tell you, you get a guy in space. One of the hardest things to teach kids is it's easy to tackle in the box. It's tough to tackle when you get a guy in space. And Joe Denos can tackle in space.
So once again, the defense comes up big for Summit Academy. And with 4:47 to play, San Juan still scoreless in the football game, a 3-0 score. Here come the Bears from their own 49. Hagen Hines, shotgun formation. 2 receivers, both split out wide on either side. Hines, hands off, left side to Denos. Trying to get the corner, and can't get there.
Boy, just well read that time. And is that Morley coming in from the...
Max Morley again.
Boy, he's just playing well. That was 20 on for San Juan.
Kavika Susu again.
Susu, and he's the one that, did he recover that ball that came loose? He's we called his name before.
Yeah.
And he's got one of those all 2A, all conference names.
After the big stop, Summit Academy is now looking at a 2nd down and 13 to go from their own 46. Hines, play action, down the seam, high. Overshot his intended target, and that was Wyatt Gorange.
And Wyatt was open there for a minute. The ball just sailed a little bit, bringing up a 3rd and 12 for the Bears.
Hagen Hines just looks, as far as the passing game goes, a little bit out of rhythm, a little off target.
Yeah, he likes to run the ball, and you know, I saw him a couple years ago against Millard. He's just a mature football player. He's just a strong kid.
Here's the 3rd and long. Hines under pressure and in trouble, and he'll be sacked.
Great pressure that time by number 53, Easton Lee, for the Broncos to trip him up. But Duke, you got to think right now that San Juan is slowly starting to take away the run. And they're going to force Summit Academy to throw this football.
Summit will have to punt first here with 3:40 to play in the first half. And we'll see Hines likely boot this one away. Deep to return is Bowering for San Juan. Here's the snap, a little bit high. Able to get away,
roughing
and
the
roughing the kicker is going to be a call here. A flag comes in as the punt was still good. Going to bounce and roll down inside the 10, inside the 5.
And that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a first down. Roughing the kicker is an automatic first down in high school football. Roughing the kicker, the snapper, the holder, those are automatics. And it was a legitimate call.
Going for the block, and
he almost got the ball. Had he got his hand on the football, it wouldn't have mattered. But Hines was able to get that ball away.
Summit Academy retains possession for the automatic first down. 3:10 to play before halftime, and the Bears have a little bit new life now inside San Juan territory. A chance to get the offense going once again, down 3-0.
Most of the breaks coming in this game right now for the Braves, and that one a costly one right there. But still, just 3-0. This is just a slugfest right here.
Ball spotted on the San Juan 41-yard line now. And we'll see Hagen Hines remain in the shotgun. Two receivers split wide to his right. Denos in the backfield. Play action. Hines, man wide open and caught. Went down and picked it up. I believe it was Steven.
Dallas Wheaton, wasn't it?
On the reception. Had a lot of room to run if he had been able to stay on his feet, but had to go to the turf to scoop it. And will be a pickup of 8. Inside the 35 down to the 33.
2 yards for Summit Academy.
Boy, and it's 8, but just to be successful through the air is what's going to open that run game up for Summit Academy.
Hines again will have Gordon and Denos in the backfield. Snap. Hand off to Gordon. Left side. First down, and fighting for it to get across the 30-yard line.
Face mask on top of that.
See the flag come in. The ball spotted on the 29 as it stands now.
Yeah, that's definitely a face mask. I saw it down there right at the point of the tackle.
So see it on your replay right there. Didn't hold on, but definitely got fingers inside the helmet.
So it might be just a 5-yarder. I didn't see the call. Yeah, it's just going to be a 5-yarder.
Just grabbing the face mask. But still a first down for Summit Academy. And that roughing the kicker penalty has just turned into a big one.
Well,
as the Bears are driving.
Not only 15 yards, but a set of new downs, and now tack 5 more on that. 20 yards in penalties against the Broncos in this series.
Hines screens out, right side to Denos, has a blocker, eludes, goes to the sideline, down to the 20. Pickup of at least 5, maybe even some more. They'll give him across the 20, down to the 18.
Well, he wouldn't have got, Dallas Wheaton on a good block there, or I think that would have been a loss, but he ended up with 7. Credit Dallas Wheaton on the block.
You can see it on your replay screen. Powered by Centricom Channel 10 and Deseret News.
At the 18-yard line.
And a good spot, generous spot, puts him at the 18.
Second time for Summit Academy in the red zone in the first half.
Shotgun for Hines. 2 receivers split wide left. Hines will hand off, goes to Gordon. Gordon tries the left-hand side of the line, but can't get through and find a hole. And he stopped after a gain of nothing to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Tackle by Braxton Brown, the 5'11", 180-pound senior for San Juan.
San Juan defense looking to see if they can get off the field with another field goal. A big 3rd down coming here. You have 1:35 to play before halftime. Hines, option, pitch, left. Gordon has the first down and squeezes through, able to elude a couple of would-be tacklers and beat him to the corner, diving for the sticks, and it's a first down for the Bears.
Effort play for Summit Academy. Gordon knew where he needed to get, was able to dive for that play to the 12.
And it's a 1st and 10 from that spot. 1:25 to play before halftime. Gordon was also able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. 2 timeouts remaining for Summit Academy. 1st and 10. Summit looking to go up by 2 possessions with a touchdown strike. San Juan defense plays close. Hines to throw, in trouble, has to get out of the pocket, escapes and does pick up about a yard. Coverage downfield was good, and the clock continues to run now down to 1:05.
Yeah, really well sniffed out that time by San Juan. Max Morley makes the tackle for the Broncos.
Second down and 9 at the 11.
Ball spotted on the 11-yard line. 2nd and 9 from that spot. Still plenty of time for Summit to run the offense. You want to leave as little time on the clock left here. Don't want to give San Juan any time.
I think they're going to call a timeout. Summit Academy talk this one over. 2nd and goal.
The scoreboard clock here at Stewart Stadium showing 39 seconds. Elizabeth D. Shaw Stewart Stadium here at Weber State University, home of the Wildcats, part of the Big Sky Conference. And an opportunity for Summit Academy Bears to punch in a score with 39 seconds to go before halftime and try and take a 2-possession lead into the locker room. But this is the area of the football field where the San Juan defense has come up very, very big already once today.
Pretty stingy. One concern I'm sure Coach Lee feels right now is right now they're heading into 6 quarters with only scoring 6 points in the last 6 quarters of play. And offensively, it's not going to get any easier against Summit Academy here tonight.
We'll see what Scott Goringe, the head coach for the Summit Academy Bears, has drawn up here for his team on a 2nd and 9 situation. If you don't score quickly, though, the clock does become an issue. Hines to throw.
Blocked.
And it's batted. Knocked away.
What a great stop that time as Easton Lee was able to get his hand on that ball.
Called Easton Lee's number a few times. The big man able to get right through there. Swim move. Good job putting his hands up in the air to knock that pass away. Clock is stopped at 35 seconds.
Still shows 2nd on that down indicator, but it's 3rd down, right?
Yep.
Now it moves.
3rd down on the scoreboard, and the down marker shows it as well. Big play.
On the last 3rd down and goal, San Juan was able to hold.
Hines to throw. Steps up, airs it into the end zone. Caught, touchdown!
What a great pass over the middle on that slant. And Hagen Hines was just about ready to get hit, but that slant right over the middle, right on the D of the Wildcats, and a touchdown.
Dallas Whedon on the score from 13 yards away. And 6 points on the board for Summit Academy, and they're up 9-0 over the Broncos.
Summit Academy trying to make this an all-Northern Division state championship next week. Ironically, they're going to have to travel south if that comes to fruition there.
Extra point attempt is up and good. Kicked through the uprights by the junior Colton Swap, and it's a 2-possession game now with a 10-0 lead in favor of the Summit Academy Bears. And you go back to that costly penalty again, Curtis, when Summit Academy had to punt the ball away, and the roughing the kicker gave them an automatic 1st down, and they drive down the field after that and score a touchdown.
Well, on the turnover, the interception earlier, and on the roughing the kicker, that's 10 points right there. But credit Summit Academy, they got an opportunity on the break, and nobody, they still had to march 70 yards to get that score. 50 yards to get it after the penalty.
The ensuing kickoff will be taken from the 40-yard line once again. And back to return for San Juan continues to be Max Morley along with Jordan Blake. Actually, that's Britton Bowering on the left-hand side to return for San Juan. Swap will be ready to kick this one away with 30 seconds to play before half. Puts his foot into it. It's going to be returned by Morley from the 9. Comes left, Cuts up at the 20, breaks some tackles. Morley in the open, down to the 50, sheds a tackler, then brought down from behind at the 39-yard line. And you're thinking locker room, but now you only have a 39-yard field in front of you, a couple timeouts, 20 seconds, and an opportunity here for San Juan to cut the lead down to a one-possession game going into the locker room after a big return.
Jeremiah Denos saved a touchdown that time by Morley. That's Denos on that tackle, doesn't it look like? We have the advantage to replay 42.
Yep, Jeremiah Denos.
And he saved a touchdown right now.
Tackle.
They got some timeouts. They got 20 seconds. They got to put the ball in the air right now. But they got time for 3 plays here.
Palmer in the shotgun, trips to his right. Palmer will throw. 5-step drop, steps up in the pocket, flushed out. He'll have to run, picks up positive yards, trying to get the sideline and
They'll
can't.
need to get a timeout right now.
Joe Denos, another big tackle on Palmer, keeping him away from the sideline. No gain on the play, and San Juan does take a timeout here with 12 seconds left. So you run 8 seconds off the clock on that play, Curtis. You still have time with one more timeout to run another play here. Try and get yourself at least in field goal range, and then call another timeout. See if you can boot one through from there.
I mean, legitimately, they need 20 more yards, I think, to think field goal in high school football. But there's no wind tonight. Last week it was cold and blustery. Tonight it's Duke. You didn't bring your golf clubs up here to Weber State University.
You know, it's early November in Utah. I was thinking maybe snow on the ground for this one, but we should have.
Well, what a beautiful facility. People have an opportunity to ever come up here to Ogden. Great facility here. Stewart Stadium. Who knows? Maybe someday there will be a Duke Dance Stadium. You never know.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't plan on it.
It's America. Somewhere in Star Valley, Wyoming, maybe Duke Dance Stadium. Big play here for the Broncos.
2nd and 10. Palmer to throw. Steps back. In trouble. Has to tuck it and run again, and he's sacked.
Boy,
brought down.
What a fantastic defensive job that time by Summit Academy. I mean, he had 2 options there. Summit Academy took both of them away. And, you know, it's a timeout right now for San Juan. But they got 1 play right here, and that's a Hail Mary right now.
That's about their only option at this point. The scoreboard clock is ticked down to 4 seconds, and it's a 10-0 lead for Summit Academy. You know, we talked about Perry's power guide as this game started and how Perry had San Juan as a 7.2 favorite, but picked Summit Academy to win as the underdog. And right now, you know, the Bears have really showed what they're made of here in the first half, defensively especially.
Well, you can see why. You know, they're a team that went 9-1 in the season. You know, defensively they're strong. Offensively they score. But look at the ball control. This is the quickest first half of football, Duke, I think we've done this whole year.
I think so, no question. San Juan came into this game ranked 2nd in the state. Summit Academy ranked 3rd. And this will be a 4th and long at the end of the game. And again, Summit gets in the backfield. Palmer excludes it, throws the ball down the field, and it will be batted around and incomplete. That will take us to halftime. Your score once again, 10-0 with Summit Academy over the San Juan Broncos in that first half. And a phenomenal half of football played by both teams. But Summit Academy, Curtis, able to take advantage of some key opportunities, some penalties against San Juan. And a turnover by San Juan. The interception inside the 10-yard line was huge. That led to the 3 points. And then the couple penalties by the Broncos led to a touchdown on the other end for Summit. So they're taking advantage of a few mistakes, and that's really the difference in the football game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. And right now, San Juan hasn't been scoring lately. 10-0 is a little bigger lead when you're not scoring points. But right now, San Juan's kind of been their own worst enemy in this first half.
You have a 15-minute halftime, and then depending on what time the players come out of the locker room, you give them 3 more minutes on top of that. We'll take a little break here, let you enjoy your halftime entertainment. Live semifinal football action from Stewart Stadium, all powered by Centricom Channel 10 and DeseretNews.com.
the San Juan Royals. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Summit Academy High School cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome the 2014-15 Summit Academy Bernadettes. returning San Juan Broncos. Welcome the returning Summit Academy Bears.
Welcome back to Stewart Stadium on the campus of Weber State University, home of the Wildcats in Ogden, Utah. Two-way playoff football continues here at DeseretNews.com, powered by Centricom Channel 10. Your halftime score 10-0, Summit Academy over the San Juan Broncos. It will be Summit Academy football to open up the upcoming half. Duke Dance and Curtis Marsh with you with this live broadcast being streamed for you at DeseretNews.com. Curtis, let's go ahead and hit some of our first half stats for you just real quickly. Let's see, rushing yards for Summit Academy, 60 in that first half and 32 for San Juan. Passing yards, 30 for Summit Academy and 24 for San Juan. Total offense is 90 yards for Summit Academy and 56, so it's no doubt a defensive battle so far in this game. The 10 points from Summit Academy, they got the field goal off the interception deep in the red zone that they didn't gain any yards, but were inside the 10 to kick the field goal, and they had the one good drive towards the end to score the touchdown.
Well, Summit Academy had 12 additional plays more than San Juan, and you can see that bear out in the time of possession, where they had the ball 14 minutes compared to 10. You know, able to control that ball. Turnover is a factor. One turnover led to a field goal and a costly penalty, Duke, as Summit Academy was going to punt the ball, and San Juan roughed the punter, and that led to a touchdown.
Third down conversions, Summit Academy converting 3 of 8, but they did convert 1 of 2 on fourth down, and only 1 of 5 for San Juan on third down conversion. So these two teams coming in scoring a lot of points averaging a lot of points in the season, although San Juan only did get the 6 in their win over Millard last week in the quarterfinal matchup. But it's kind of odd to see these two teams on the field in a 10-0 football game, and stats like that with those yards. So the defenses have both stepped up and done a very, very good job in the first half of this football game as we are ready to get it underway. And off we go for the second half, where it's a 10-0 football game in favor of the Summit Academy Bears. And they get the opening kick of the half, fielded at the 10-yard line, up the field 20. Cutting back inside 25 and being brought down at the 30-yard line is where Summit Academy will take over. On the return is Nate Gordon for the Bears.
Nate Gordon finally stopped by Grant Laws for San Juan, but you talk defensive a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Kavika Suse, leading tackler for San Juan with 6 in that, and also Ireland Forbes, leading tackler with 5 for the Bears.
1st and 10 for Summit Academy as we begin the third quarter in this semifinal football game. The winner advances to the state championship to be played next week in Cedar City, and the opponent will be the South Summit Wildcats after they knocked off South Sevier 49-0 in the game previous to this. A big hole for Summit Academy across the 40 down to the 45-yard line. Carrying the football was Nate Gordon, and a big run off a big hole for Gordon and a Bear first down.
Boy, and I like what Gordon did with ball protection. Once he got into a little traffic, wrapped that ball up with both hands before the tackle could come down. I think that tackle was Morley. Max Morley on the tackle, 27 for the Broncos.
Yeah, my apologies. It was actually number 8, Colby Beard, on the carry, according to the jersey number, unless they switched something up at halftime in the locker room.
Another one of those 200-pound running backs for Summit Academy.
So now you've got Hagen Hines in the shotgun formation on a 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Across the formation, Hines fakes the pitch, keeps the football across the 50, plays a little pinball, and gets across the 50 down to the 48-yard line, bouncing off of tacklers.
What a great decision that time. He faked that end around on that sweep, able to tuck it back in, and he finally knocked down by Kavika Suse.
2nd down and 4 to go after the pickup on 1st down of about 6 yards. Ball spotted inside San Juan territory down to the 48-yard line.
And I'll tell you, in a 10-0 season, there haven't been a lot of quarters where San Juan's trailed this season.
Pitch out to the right side. Gordon has it across the 50, but the San Juan defense recovers quickly, and they'll be wrapped up and brought down after a gain of about 2 on the carry. Give Gordon a couple down to the 46-yard line.
Trayson Jack, 195-pound senior for San Juan on the stop.
That will set up a 3rd down and 2 situation with 10-10 still to play in the third quarter early on in this second half. Again, you have Hagen Hines in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. Hines hands off to Gordon. 1st down. Gordon running over his own blockers to get those extra few yards and will move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Bears. They open up this half with 2 first downs on this opening drive.
They got a sustained block from Wyatt Gorange, a receiver on that right side. And right now the run game for Summit Academy kind of settling in, establishing a little bit of dominance right now at the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10 from the 37. Hines, quarterback keeper, tries to get the corner, cuts back inside and then is leveled. Had to spin around, but he had a good introduction to the defensive backfield who came up and laid the pop.
Well, Easton Lee kind of turned him inside, and I didn't see who finally made that tackle. Easton brought him in.
At the 43-yard line.
It's like a tackle made by Jordan Blake for San Juan. 2nd and 10, handoff right up the middle. Will get decent yards.
He's going to pick up 6.
Colby Beard on the carry. Right off the center with 8:45 and counting. Spotting the football at about the 37-yard line. So they'll give him 5 on the carry. Colby spot.
Colby Beard, 5'11", 200 pounds, along with Hagen Hines at 225 pounds. That's a loaded backfield.
3rd and 5. Here's the Summit Academy Bears on their opening drive of the half, trying to march down the field. Hagen remains the quarterback in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands off. He's able to find, again, Denos, and Denos in the secondary all the way down to the 20-yard line and inside the 20. 19-yard line is where Joe Denos will finally be brought down after his line opened up a big hole, and suddenly Denos finds him in the 2nd and 3rd levels of the defense.
Yeah, and Denos, you called his name several times. 6 foot, 185 pound senior. Hagen Hines started as a sophomore. And so, he's got a lot of leadership, a lot of experience. He's been in this. And the North, is starting to pan out as a very tough division in 2A football.
Under 7:50 to play in the 3rd. Hines will hand off on the end around, trying to get the corner and then getting swallowed up by the defense. Inside the 15-yard line, down to the 14. Nate Gordon on the carry.
Trace and Jack made the stop.
5-yard gain.
Pickup of about 5 on the carry. That's going to be a decent pickup on 1st down, setting up 2nd down and 5. And how about Summit Academy? Maybe they figured out the San Juan defense, driving right down the field in the opening drive.
Well, nothing fancy about it. They're just kind of playing power football right now. 5-man front.
This time they spread out the defense with a 4-receiver set. Quarterback keeper on the option. Here's Hines putting his shoulders down and powering through to the 5-yard line. That will be a 1st down for the Bears and 1st and goal from the 5.
He comes out, he looks at the option. It looked like it kind of froze San Juan, thinking he was going to pitch that ball. Takes it upfield. He picked up 5 after contact.
Clock is ticked down, under 7 minutes here in the 3rd.
Broncos trying to stiffen. San Juan would be tickled pink coming out of this, giving up 3. But to go down 17-0 makes that mountain just a little higher to climb back from.
Stephen Harp split wide to the left for Summit Academy. Hines hands off to Denos. Denos squeaks through, finds the corner, puts his shoulder down and spins around out of the tackles and breaks it into the end zone. Touchdown, Joe Denos. 16-0, Summit Academy. Curtis, you and I had thought that Summit had a good chance to come away with the win, but a 16-0 ball game midway through the 3rd is a surprise to me.
Well, in the first half, when they controlled the ball 14 minutes of the first half, that makes that lead even more formidable, because this game has shrunk because they've run the football so effectively. They've controlled the clock.
Ensuing extra point is up and good, booted through by Colton Swap, and that extends the lead 17-0. And after a defensive battle from both teams in the first half, Summit Academy comes out and drives right down the middle of the San Juan defense to punch in 7 more. And that's where you get your 17-0 ball game after Joe Denos was able to bounce outside on the carry, get to the goal line, spin out of those 2 tackles right at the 1-yard line, and go into the end zone standing with 6:28 to play in the 3rd.
And through the 6 quarters of football, kind of a shock to your system. Summit Academy has a guy coming on late.
And here being kickoff after the Denos touchdown, and that was Denos who came in a little bit late.
I'd let him come in late if he scored a touchdown.
Hey, you
for
bet,
him.
anytime. Kickoff is on the way. A wobbly kick bounces at the 20, goes out of bounds. That will be a penalty flag.
That will.
And will move San Juan up into decent starting field goal position for their, field position for their opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
So they'll take that ball to the 35. They have 3 options: to take it where it went out of bounds. They're not going to do that because it went out at the 20, or take it at the 35, or make them re-kick. San Juan will take the ball at the 35. That's, they haven't had good field position. They had the 1 drive that stalled, but other than that, this has been a tough field position for the Broncos.
Peyton Palmer will hand off to Trace and Jack right up the middle, and is able to get forward progress for a couple. Give him 2 on the 1st down carry off center.
Boy, he just kind of hit a brick wall over there as he turned around and ran into Elijah Johansson, 285 pounds. And you're going to lose that battle.
Bubble screen left side through the legs and incomplete. A bronze Eldridge, the intended target. The pass from Palmer a little bit low. Eldridge not able to scoop it up, and it just skids out of bounds. Incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd and 9 for San Juan.
Boy, this would be a big stop for Summit Academy if they can force a 3 and out to open up on defense after a nice long sustained drive offensively. Put the San Juan defense back on the field. But we'll see what Coach Bonnie Lee can draw up for the Broncos on a 3rd down. Well, they're going to say what happened was that was a backwards pass, I guess, and so that's a
they're
fumble.
going to move it back. I wondered. I was trying to see if the linesman punched it backwards.
He does a yard, so they'll say where it went out of bounds is where the ball is dead, rather than an incomplete pass. Palmer rolls out. He gets in trouble, and he's wrapped up and sacked. Not able to elude the coverage, and going down big is Palmer after a big hit and the sack from Jake Karchner, who found himself in the backfield.
And Jake just blew up the blocker for San Juan. No match for him. Unabated to the quarterback. Summit Academy staying in that 4-3 cover 2 that time. But it didn't matter what their coverage was that time. San Juan had no chance to get that ball out of their hands.
San Juan will be forced to punt this one away. They do go 3 and out, end over end kick, bounces at the 45. Will continue to roll and be down at about the 41-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 from that spot in the football field for the Summit Academy Bears. And for the Bears, couldn't have started off any better. They drive down the field on their opening possession, score a touchdown on a run from Joe Denos, and then they force a 3 and out defensively. And just like that, they had the football back in the offense's hands. 5:16 to play in the 3rd.
San Juan's going to have to come up with an answer for that, but right now they need to get a stop. Summit Academy is just going to play, this good run game. They're going to run this clock out.
Summit will come out with a 4-receiver set to open up this drive. Hagen Hines, the quarterback, will have a keeper. And Hines in the secondary breaks the tackle and finally wrapped down at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 24 yards on that for Hagen Hines. Right down the field.
Design draw play for the quarterback, and it's just a delay and up the middle. A big kid like Hagen Hines, you want to get him on that first step. You let him build up a little momentum like that, and that's kind of like seeing a locomotive coming out of a tunnel at you.
Exactly what it was as Hagen picks up big yards. 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line. Hines with the snap. He'll keep it again. This time he's wrapped up, hit the backfield, able to fall forward, and Hines somehow even picks up a yard on that one after that play broken up in the backfield by the San Juan defense.
Kind of tripped up by Easton Lee. We've talked about him a lot tonight, Duke, on that right side of that San Juan defensive front.
1-yard gain brings up a 2nd down and 9 situation now. And it's going to be at the 39-yard line of San Juan. Shotgun again. San Juan blitzes. Handoff. This time it goes to Harp. Harp able to pick up some yards off the right side. Pick up of about 6, 7.
Gonna bring up a 3rd and 1. Maybe 3rd and 1.5. 3rd and 2.
Summit Academy quickly back to the line of scrimmage and under center. Hines is going to take it. Quarterback sneak in the secondary down to the 30, 20. Cuts it back inside and is wrapped up inside the 10-yard line. Anything the Summit Academy is lining up to do right now, Curtis, is working. San Juan's defense is on their heels. Can't quite figure out Hagen Hines.
They can't. And Grant Laws brings him down. Not till the damage is done. It's a 1st and goal.
Ball spotted right on the 10-yard line, so they need to pick up the full 10. No first downs available with the clock down to 3:38 and counting.
Right now, everything's clicking for the Bears. The winner of this game to play South Summit next week for the state championship.
Hines Hands off, big hole for Nate Gordon, and Gordon will stretch out forward and pick up 6 on the play.
Brought down by Bronze Eldridge.
3 minutes late in the third, and a touchdown here from Summit Academy would put them up big time. It make it a 4-possession. Well, I guess if you count 2-point conversion, still keep it at a 3-possession game.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, Bronze Eldridge in on that tackle along with Grant Laws.
2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Hagen Hines shotgun. Hines hands it off, tripped up in the backfield this time. Ball is loose.
San Juan's got it.
Turnover. Big
Pick
play
up.
for San Juan. Broncos have it.
They stripped that there at the line of scrimmage. Ball comes loose. We're going to look at the replay right here.
Yeah, I
and
don't
see
think
what
the
happened.
officials have made it official yet.
But we don't know. The ball's definitely on the ground unless they ruled him down.
They're going to come talk this one over.
They're talking. We're going to watch that. It's either going to be a 3rd and goal from the 5, or it's going to be San Juan ball 1st and 10. And here comes our referee. And it's going to go against San Juan because he's it's going to be a 1st down for. He's going to come over and explain that it was evidently that his knee was down.
He was down before the ball popped out is what they're going to say. And it will remain Summit Academy football. Big break for the Bears. Now they're looking at a 3rd and goal from the 4. San Juan trying to get another big stop. Officials holding up the play, and now we'll get set and ready. Here's the snap. Hines, hands off.
Touchdown.
In for the end zone. Once again, Joe Denos lowers his shoulder, powers himself in. 6 more points, and it's 23-0. Summit Academy is owning this 3rd quarter.
Boy, he just ran right over the top of a San Juan tackler. And we've seen that several times tonight, Duke, where we've seen them just knock a tackler, you know, backward. And when you do that, you're establishing your run game. I'll tell you, it's a big lead right now for Summit Academy.
This to make it 24-0 if it is up and good, and it is. 3 for 3 plus a field goal on the evening. A good game for the Summit Academy. Colton Swap doing a good job in the kicking game, and it's 24-0 now your score. Curtis, remember that does keep it at a 3-possession game.
It does.
If San Juan can get those 3 touchdowns and convert a 2-point conversion on each one of them, that would tie it. But from what we've seen right now, San Juan has a lot to figure out offensively before they can start thinking about putting up 24 points in just over a quarter.
You're right. And, you know, really Summit Academy, I thought, was fortunate to get a win last week against Beaver. That was a game that Beaver, you know, could have won. What was the final in that score? I'm not sure on that, but it was close right down to the end, but able to escape with a win against Beaver. But tonight, it's all Bears.
The ensuing kickoff will be from the north end of the football field. Kicking south is Summit Academy. And the Bears in good control. Again, if they're able to hold on to this lead, they will advance, only in their 3rd year of playing football, to the state championship game. It'll be against South Summit next weekend. And the ensuing kick is on the way. High end over end.
Bowering
fielded at the 11, and it's handed off. They'll go to Morley on the reverse return, and Morley almost able to squeeze through, but it was a shoelace tackle that likely saved a touchdown on the reverse return, and Morley is able to pick up a few yards on the return and put San Juan in the 27-yard line.
Well, if it didn't save a touchdown, it saved a 20 or 30-yard run. Try to pick up who made that tackle, because it was a big tackle for Summit Academy. That is, it's tough to see that replay, but what a great tackle, just enough to trip him up.
1st and 10 for the Broncos on their own 27-yard line. Peyton Paul fakes it, hands it off. Broken play in the backfield, but somehow able to squeeze through still, bouncing off some tackles. And we'll give him 2 on the carry.
Boy, tough sledding right now for San Juan, tackle to tackle. And if you can't run tackle to tackle, it's really hard to get the edge. It's really hard. And right now, the passing game right now for San Juan, almost non-existent.
Palmer this time will line up under center with an empty backfield. Sends a man in motion, and
That's a
there's
false
going to be a
start.
false start.
And that's the
San Juan
second
jumped
false
early.
start in that same setting. The inside receiver jumping.
Stops the clock at 1:46. And that'll push San Juan back 5 yards, setting up a second down and about 13 to go. Maybe even 14. Pushes them inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Bronze Eldridge will come in with the play.
What a name for a football player. Bronze Eldridge, 215-pound linebacker and a running back for San Juan.
Same formation again for Peyton Palmer. Empty backfield, man in motion, under center. Palmer with the keeper, nothing. They'll give him about 4, but well short of what they needed for the first down. That's going to bring up third down and about 10.
Third and 10 passing situation right now for San Juan. And in that first half, you know, they didn't throw the ball well. Haven't completed a pass in the second half.
Peyton Palmer came into this game hoping to break 2,000 yards. 1,916 coming into this game, 22 touchdowns, but the defense hasn't given him anything. Here's the pitch out to the left, trying to find some daylight, and will be stopped short of the first down. Morley on the carry. He needed 10, picked up 8.
I think they're going to go for it. They're on the 37-yard line. I think they'll go on 4 down. You're down 24-0.
Injured Summit Academy player on the field.
Down on his knees down here, try to pick up a number for, yeah, that is that number. That doesn't look good, does it?
Going to be
Wyatt Gorringe.
left ankle, left knee.
Is that Wyatt Gorringe? Who is that?
No. It's so hard to see the numbers from
It
up
is
here.
really tough.
The gray on the white.
Well, let's don't. I'm not sure we know who that player is. So, but don't you think it looks like San Juan's going to punt the ball?
42 seconds left in the third period. And 24-0 your score. San Juan at least going to line up in the punt formation.
Yeah,
looks like a timeout taken by Summit Academy. They're going to want to talk this one over. It's going to be an interesting call for Monty Lee, but just because of the field position. You want to see if you can swap the field position.
Yeah, you want to flip it,
but
you're down 24 points.
But if you don't get these 2 yards, your defense this half has not stopped Summit Academy, and you don't want to give them a short field either.
Tough call. Tough call. Looks like they're going to punt, or maybe a fake punt here.
We saw South Summit do a fake punt on a 4th and 10 in the game this morning against South Sevier and converted. Kick this away is San Juan.
That's a false start.
Yep, it will be. They'll blow it dead, and now any thought of going for it is probably gone.
Yeah, third and 2 is now 3rd and 7.
Yeah, 4th and 7.
4th and 7. You got to kick the ball now.
Be really tough to try and fake it at this point with the ball now pushed down to the 30-yard line. They need the 37 to convert.
Boy, that's back-to-back false start penalties in this drive, and those are drive killers, aren't they?
17 seconds is on the clock now. Summit Academy will go to their punt return team, and they do fake it. Throw down the field, and is knocked around, batted, and will drop incomplete. And it will be a turnover on downs. They do try to go for the fake, but Summit Academy was waiting for it. Punter tried to throw it up there, not able to convert, and it's a short field offensively for Summit Academy.
Well, interesting. I really, you can't dispute the call, down 24 points, but after the offsides, that made it, you know, difficult. San Juan right now, you know, always been a team that's been so disciplined, and struggling a little bit tonight.
24-0 is your score with Summit Academy in control. Last play here in the third quarter with 7 seconds left. Hagen Hines will keep it. Comes left. Bottled up, and that time the San Juan defense able to stop it. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter, where it's 24-0. Teams will swap directions. South Summit will now have the football on the San Juan 30-yard line, but this time will be driving to the north end of the field, and we'll see if San Juan can come with some sort of defensive answer. Summit Academy has really made some big-time halftime adjustments, and they came out in the third quarter, Curtis, and really just took it to the Broncos.
Well, they really did. That last tackle on that stop, Bronze Eldridge come in. That's two big kids right there, 200-pound kids. But he went down low, cut him down, and right now Summit Academy, they're just going to be happy as anything, just to run clock right here, just to continue. They haven't had a turnover. They almost had one down here in the 5, but they've really played pretty flawless. I'm trying to think of any penalties. You look at that stat sheet.
No, I don't think they've
penalties.
had any.
Boy, they just really played flawless.
Well, they have a short field in front of them with a second down up and coming. 2nd and 10 is what's going to be with 12 minutes back on the clock and one more quarter to go. And we'll know who is in the state championship football game to take on South Summit next weekend.
Well, if it continues like this, there won't be much scouting because these two teams know each other, but still got a quarter of football to play.
Hand off to the right side to Colby Beard, and Beard is able to find a hole, stutter step across and down to the 20, across the 20 to the 19, and he picks up a first down for Summit Academy. 1st and 10 now inside the red zone from the 19-yard line, and a lot of room for Beard to work with as he took that handoff, as you can see on your replay.
Well, Summit Academy has been perfect in the red zone tonight. They were 2 for 2 in the first half, and they're 2 for 2 here. So 4 for 4 in the red zone for Summit Academy tonight.
Again, you have Hagen Hines in the shotgun formation. 2 in the backfield. Handoff, this time tripped up in the backfield and brought down.
Bronze Eldridge.
Eldridge on the tackle. Beard again on the carry. Will be a loss of 3 on the play.
And he's just a tough physical kid. One of the best players in 2A football.
13 at the 22.
Monty Lee, the coach of San Juan, almost an institution over there in Blanding. Had such a big influence on so many young people there. And tremendous win percentage. Coaches kids, very disciplined team. But so far, it just has not been San Juan's night.
Summit Academy will have Hines in the backfield. Hines will tuck it and run. Flag is coming in late on the play on the left-hand side away. You hate those ones because it's away from the play.
Right. And
it's going to be a pickup of about 7 as it is now, but likely coming back. So we mentioned almost flawless game for Summit Academy as far as penalties go, and then going to be a chop block.
So that's a 15-yarder. That's going to take that ball out to the 37-yard line.
Wow, that's a big penalty. Really pushes him back.
Well, it's a dangerous. It's just dangerous to kids. It's hard enough to defend against a cut block at the snap, but you got somebody hitting you up high and somebody hitting you down low. You can't protect yourself.
10:43 left to play in the game. And that's going to set up a second down and a very long way to go. They need to get all the way down to the 9-yard line to pick up the first down, and they're sitting on the 38. Hines will play action, in trouble, steps up and is sacked. So a 2nd and long just turned into a 3rd and longer for Summit Academy.
Great pressure that time as Max Morley able to flush him over to Grant Laws, who brought him down. 3rd and really long. 31? 3rd and 31?
20, 30, yeah. Probably 32 actually, because they've got to get across the 10. And they're at the 41. 3rd and 32.
Let's just say 3rd and Brigham City.
3rd and Brigham City.
We almost went to Brigham City today, and
we had to turn around.
I tell you, your navigator just
who was that, by the way?
He needs to be fired.
Timeout taken on the field by Summit Academy. They're going to want to talk over this 3rd and 32. I can't imagine there's a lot in the playbook to pick up 32 yards in one chunk. We'll see what they come up with. Maybe just get them into a 4th down situation where they have 4th and 20, 4th and 25. But if you're San Juan, you've got them in this situation now. The last thing you can do is let them get into some sort of field goal range, or let them have a big play where they can go for it again on 4th down, because as it is now, it's a 3-point a 3-possession game at a stretch with under 10 minutes to play. A score here from Summit Academy will all but finish it off.
I'm not sure I'd want to kick a field goal up 24, just for the fact it's a live ball. It gets blocked and returned. You know, you're in a comfortable position. Because saying it's a 3-possession game is being really generous, because that's 3 scores and 3 2-point conversions. But impressed with Hagen Hines tonight.
3rd and 32. Air it up down the sidelines and batted away just at the last second. I thought he might come away with that catch.
What a great defensive play. Was that
Stephen Hart.
Trying to see who that defender was.
Trying to
what
catch
a great play. I think it's number 10. I think it's Britton Bowering, isn't it?
Yeah,
what a play by Britton Bowering.
I thought that was going to be a catch, but he just dove right out in front of that and batted that ball away.
What a nice throw by Hines. Double coverage there. That would have been the nail in the coffin at 31, but they're going to punt the ball now.
Hines will step back and kick this away. There's a snap in the boot, and it's going to be off the right side of his foot. Not a good kick.
Boy, that kick was shanked. They're going to bring that ball. I think it's going to be about 31, 32. No, all the way back out to the 35.
Wow, that's a 6-yard punt.
The linesman goes over there and walks up the line till the referee, who can see it more clearly, gives him a punch. That's where they stop where that ball went out of bounds. 35-yard line, and it is really go time right now for San Juan.
Yeah, do or die. They've had nothing going for him here in the second half at all. And you have, again, Peyton Palmer, who has thrown the football for almost 2,000 yards coming into this game. See what he can do. Palmer on the 5-step drop from the shotgun. Airs it up down the sidelines. Will be underthrown. Going back for the football and can't quite go up to get it. The defense was there. The ball was underthrown, and it will just drop incomplete.
Well, and just great coverage over there by, is that Keishan Barton? No, that's, let's watch that replay. But both guys going for the football. Defender turns around to the inside, turns his head, makes a play for the ball. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. That was Denos on the coverage.
What a game for Joe Denos tonight.
Palmer again to throw. Sets up the screen. He's able to find Jackson. He has some open room across the 40, and then has stood up, and a wrestle tackle will be a takedown at the 42, 47-yard line, rather.
Boy, not till he gets the first down.
Trayson Jack able to catch the screen out of the backfield, out in the flat.
Dallas Wheaton on the tackle for Summit Academy. Boy, that's first downs have been tough to come by for the Broncos in this game.
That was a big one. 9 minutes still to play in the game. Broncos need to start thinking about some quick plays.
And maybe get to that line of scrimmage a little bit quicker.
Double receivers wide left are stacked. Palmer under pressure, brought down and sacked once again. Palmer again goes down. And a big play made by Jake Karchner. I believe that's his 2nd sack of the game. He's had a big one.
Jake's a 210-pound, 6'2" senior. This is a physical team, a mature team. A lot of these kids we're calling out for Summit Academy have one thing in common. A lot of seniors on this team.
17 seniors, I believe, is what I counted. Palmer on 2nd and long. Again, down the sideline.
Got
up
a guy.
And intercepted. Coming back the other way is Summit Academy. After the pick, brought down across the 50-yard line. Going up and getting the football was Dallas Whedon. It was tipped around a little bit between him and the intended receiver. Whedon wins the tip battle, and Summit Academy has the football with only 8 minutes left to play.
Oh, Dallas came up with the last tackle. And then
it looked like watching that replay, he tried to swat the ball away, and it bounced off the receiver's helmet and came right back into Whedon's arms. How about that?
A pretty decent return. He brought that ball back 12 yards on the return after the interception.
So 1st and 10 right there for the Bears at midfield.
2nd interception of the night for Summit Academy.
And only 8 minutes to go. They can milk a few minutes off on this drive. They'll be in good shape. Handoff right off left tackle and a late flag coming in. And we'll see where this goes. Denos, the ball carrier once again. 7:55 to play in the game.
So let's see where he ends up with his flag right there at the 48. It's going to take it back to the 38. Be first in a lot.
These penalties have really hurt Summit Academy in their last 2 drives.
Yeah, they had hardly any for 3 quarters, but you know, you can afford a little bit when you're up 24-0.
7:55 to play in this football game. Summit Academy trying to come away with a win and advance into the state championship game, which again will be at Southern Utah University in Cedar City next weekend. South Summit has already punched their ticket into that game, as the Wildcats are looking to go back-to-back this year. And Summit Academy well on their way to try and defend, or try and stop that. Hand off to Santos, or sorry, not Santos, to Denos across the right corner, and Denos is able to pick up a couple and give him about 2 or 3 on the play. Puts the football at the 40-yard line.
Gain to the 40-yard line, second down.
Second and 20 now to go for Summit Academy.
The clock's going to start again at the 7:20. No, it's going to start. One thing they don't want to do is get out of bounds.
Yeah, Denos did run out, stopping the clock.
Coach Gorange is over there. Stay in bounds. Go to a knee.
Here's the shotgun snap. Hines, quarterback keeper, finds a hole, sneaks through it, and in the open field, almost sheds a tackle, and Hines is able to pick up 7 on that carry. Down to the 47-yard line, still third and a long way to go for Summit Academy.
You know, they run that. Britton Bowering's able to make a tackle for the Broncos, but they run that quarterback draw. They run that little delay. A lot, you know, it's been basically the damage has been done on the ground tonight.
6:56 and ticking in this football game.
Time of possession, huge friend right now, and a huge ally of Summit Academy.
Again, you have Hines in the shotgun formation. Hines, again with the quarterback draw, makes a man miss in the secondary, piles his way forward, will pick up about 10, but still a handful of yards short of the first down. And hey, if your defense, with the way that they've been playing, maybe you just go for it at this point in the game, at this point in the field as well. But it looks like we'll see the punt team come in for Summit Academy.
Trayson Jacks forced the punt on a good tackle for San Juan.
We try and pin him deep here. Again, last time they punted it was shanked off the foot of Hines and only netted 6 yards.
Jonathan Lewis for the Broncos deep.
Much better
Blocked.
punt, but it was blocked. Getting a hand on it was San Juan, and it will be no return. It does get a good bounce inside the 20 and rolls all the way down to the 16-yard line. That thing just kept going. Is that field even? Is it level?
I don't know. You think you block it? You block it, it's not going to end up on the 16-yard line. Everything going the Bears' way. Everything coming up Summit football tonight. 24-0 right now. The North and South battle of the 2 semifinal games right now, 73-0 in favor of the 2 teams from the North.
Wow. San Juan 1st and 10. Pitch out to the right.
Oh, what a tackle.
Morley on the carry, but you mentioned a good form tackle from Summit Academy.
Tackle made by Ryan Marks for Summit Academy.
Marks on the tackle.
And Marks came off that tackle. He came off that block, number 12. And Ryan is a senior as well. And he came off that block and made that tackle.
5.5 to play in the game. 2nd down and 8 to go for San Juan. Man comes in motion. Palmer, misdirection, hands off. This time a big hole and a 1st down, as running through was Max Morley for a big pickup. Moved the chains down to the 32-yard line.
Boy, and I think that tackle was by Colton Bills. Without that tackle, Max Morley's still running.
Clock is still running, though. That's not a good sign for San Juan.
San Juan needs to get to that line of scrimmage, need to pick up this tempo right now.
Now an empty backfield for Palmer. Man comes in motion across the formation. Palmer, quick pass out to his receiver on the right. He does get out of bounds. A short pickup for Daquan Lopez. Give him about 4 yards and stopping the clock at 5 minutes.
Good quick hitter over there. But it's going to take more than 3-yard gains right now to get back into this ball game.
2nd and 7. Empty backfield again for Palmer coming out of the huddle. Clock right at 5 minutes flat. Man again in motion. Palmer looks to his left. Swing out pass. Caught by the motion man. Good block. And then brought down right at the sticks. Bronze Eldridge on the catch and run.
Boy, and Bronze, as big as he is, he's slow to get up over there.
Took a big pop from a couple Bears.
He did, just a junior. First down, San Juan, back to back. They need to be at that line to snap this at the ready for play.
And they are ready to go. 1st and 10. Palmer airs it up, finds the sideline high. Missed his intended target.
Daquan, is that
Daquan Lopez, yep. And it does stop the clock at 4:42.
Great coverage. Dallas Whedon's played a super game for Summit Academy tonight.
A couple first downs on this drive for San Juan, but just too much time going off the clock. Already under 5 minutes to play, down 24-0.
You know, you watch South Summit. We'll finish this play as Palmer rolls to his right.
Sets his feet, throws. It looked like it skipped off the turf and will be incomplete. He was looking down the field to Bowering, and Bowering dove to get it, but it did skip in front of him.
But we saw South Summit earlier. You know, as good as that South Summit team is, this Summit Academy team is going to be able to play with them.
Been very impressed with Summit Academy. Ooh, watching the replay,
I thought it was
pretty
a catch.
Close. That's pretty close.
But you know what? Summit Academy came up with the incomplete signal. Maybe they sold it.
3rd down and 10 now. Palmer will again have to throw. Empties the backfield. Rolls out to his right. Has some time. Sets up. Airs it down the field and short again. Skipped in front.
Trying to go to Britton Bowering out here on the right side in front of the San Juan bench.
Well, you have to go for it now.
You got him.
24-0 and 4.5 to play in the game. If you need anything, you've got to pick up a 4th down on a 4th and 10.
What do you dial up? You know, they're putting such the thing I like about right now at South Summit, they got 4 guys on the line of scrimmage, and they're still putting some pressure on Palmer.
And they've done 3 pass plays in a row and haven't completed one of them.
Yeah, they back off.
Palmer throws it down the sidelines again, and again it's short. And a turnover on downs as Palmer not able to get the football out there, and it will be Summit Academy football.
4:23 remaining in this one, and Hot Rod Hundley used to say the refrigerator door shut. I've been around high school football. I'm not going to ever say that, but I'd say that refrigerator door is half shut.
I'll go as far as to say 3/4.
3/4
at
shut
this point
right
in the
now.
game.
Summit Academy just kind of came out here and dictated their way in a game that was close through almost the first half.
Yeah, remember it was a 3-0. The first whole half was just defense.
Then the roughing the kicker went to 10 on that touchdown drive, went to 10. And from there, the gates kind of opened up a little bit.
Another big run for Summit Academy. Hines hands off to Danas, and he gets big yards, another 1st down.
Jonathan Lewis from the safety position makes a saving tackle.
Ball inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Clock continues to move, and of course Summit Academy just taking their sweet time.
You know, you'll start to watch Hagan Gines. He'll look straight down that field at that back judge, and he may wait till that back judge gives him the count. Let's watch what happens here with him. Now he's just going to snap it.
Handoff up the middle.
Tripped up by Bronze Eldridge, and let's get that ball carrier. Is that
Danas again?
Danas.
Clock is down to 3:44.
Tackled by number 56.
Summit Academy going to go on and win this game with only 3.5 to play. Couple first downs will likely put this one in the books. And it's going to be a 2A state championship matchup between Summit Academy and South Summit. The Bears and the Wildcats. Here's the snap. Hines pitches out right. And the defense is there this time for San Juan. Couple of players back there, but finally bringing him down for San Juan, I believe, was Morley.
It was Daquan Lopez, isn't it?
Lopez.
But he stayed in bounds. Good play, good smart play. for Summit Academy. Let that clock tick under 3 minutes.
It is going to be a third down and long situation now after that carry, which resulted in a loss of a few yards. Ball spotted on the 31-yard line. They've got to get to the 19 to convert, so a 3rd and 12. And the clock all the way now under 2:40. Hines over his head on the snap. He picks it up. He'll try and run away from the tacklers, but he can't get there, and that will be a sack by the San Juan defense after Hines wasn't able to corral the snap that was a little high, but definitely catchable, and it's a 4th down.
Boy, it's coming up your way when the snap goes over your head and bounces up right in your arms. You pick it up, but 4th down right now.
Summit Academy will just likely boot this one away, and here comes the field goal team. But by the time San Juan gets the football back here, it's going to be under 2 minutes left to play.
Yeah, they'll punt this football, try to pin San Juan down and say, you know, if you want to go 90 yards, you know, a couple of times, but for people who've watched a lot of 2A football, we're going to have a timeout right now. Summit Academy is going to talk about it, but not many teams have had some of the runs that San Juan has had in 2A football. And you talk about travel for people who, you know, in Salt Lake, you take a West Jordan High School, they may travel 60 miles in the entire season. You got San Juan, and they're going to literally go multi-thousands of miles.
Their closest opponent is going to be Grand High School, and that's an hour up the road.
That's an hour and a half to Grand. You know, that's why they play a lot of Colorado teams. That's why they play a lot of New Mexico teams. It's closer for them to get to Farmington, New Mexico than it is for them to get to, you know, anywhere in the region other than Grand. They got region games that are, you know, 4.5 hours away.
And a big drive all the way up here to Ogden today.
And it's going to be a longer drive home for these San Juan kids.
24-0 your score. Summit Academy controlled this second half from start to finish. In fact, started to take over this game midway through the second quarter, as this punt is going to be a pretty good one from Summit Academy all the way inside the 10, still getting a roll, and down at the 5-yard line. You cannot place it any better than that. Down at the 5.
Great English on that ball. Takes a great bounce.
Down to 1:39 now to play in this game. I really like this matchup again, Curtis, we talked about between Summit Academy and South Summit. Of course, where they're region opponents, they have played
I think the first game was,
the season.
I think it was like a 48-28 game for South Summit early, but San Juan's going to take the snap and tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. That went nowhere, just got blown up there.
Number
32. That's Trayson Jacks for the Broncos.
That'll take us under a minute 26 playing the game. Summit Academy's only loss inside of region play this year came to South Summit.
Yeah, their only loss on the season for that.
Yeah,
matter.
that's right. Both teams finished 9-1.
This will be San Juan's first loss.
San Juan tries to go to the right. Quarterback Nate Palmer on the keeper. And doesn't get anywhere, back to the line of scrimmage. And so now they're looking at a 3rd down and 11 to go with 57 seconds left in the game.
And there's nothing much, you know, you look at the San Juan team, you look at their quarterback, Peyton Palmer, is just a junior. You look at Bronze Eldridge, just a junior. You know, they got some real key opponents that are going to come back.
Palmer play action, hits a man out in the flat, that is Eldridge, and Eldridge will be brought down short of the 1st down. Needed 11 yards and picked up 10, so it at least makes it 4th and manageable. In time to run at least one more play here before the game expires with only 19 seconds.
And it kept the clock going because he didn't get the 1st down. So, you know, I think San Juan's going to let this clock expire right here.
I think you're right.
I don't think they'll take another snap, and congratulations to the Summit Academy Bears.
They come in and just really take control of this game. And, well, they do hustle up to the line and get one more. And a big play up the middle, but that will do it. They try to catch the Summit Academy defense on their heels, and they did a little bit, but not enough. 24-0 is your final score, and the championship game is set for next week in 2A football. It will be the Summit Academy Bears taking on the South Summit Wildcats from Cedar City at Southern Utah University. Duke Dance and Curtis Marsh, thanks for tuning in. This game powered by Centricom Channel 10 and DeseretNews.com. Playoff coverage continues with 3A games. It's Manti Templars and Juan Diego coming up next.
No, it's Manti
Judge
and
Memorial.
Judge Memorial.
Judge Memorial. Manti and Judge Memorial.
You got your
next.
Catholic schools
I got to get that
mixed
straightened
up.
out, don't I? So stay tuned. We'll take a break before we bring that game to you coming up next.